Me Zen. I cannot see the screen. There we go, a little better. What are you doing? What's going on? How's your life? How's the world? What do you see? What do I see? Let's see. Did I almost drop my camera? What do I see? I see a degree of intellectual dishonesty, a degree of absolute willful ignorance, apathy to the nth degree, cowardice, stupid people, morons. It's if you have children and you're accepting what's going on right now, you are the problem for the next generation. You will be the ones enslaving the next generation, like quite literally. This whole thing that's been going on for 2 years now. If you haven't, you can't say you haven't had time to do any research, to look into this even farther. If you still really watch the news and you believe anything that is uttered out of their faces, I don't care what channel, what side, I don't it doesn't matter. If you're sending your children to school, you're an idiot. There's no way to you can't just, I'm calling it what it is. It's a prison system. It's an institution of enslavement. It's a propaganda machine. All of it. Where do you think schools came from? What do you think's going on right now? If you allow for this, if you let your kids go to school, okay, sure, I get it. Some people need to because they have a job, blah blah blah. I get it. But you don't let them put masks on your children. You just okay. Go ahead, abuse the shit out of my children. Do you hate them? Do you hate your children? Do you want the next generation to be as stupid as you are? You can't. At this point, you can only blame yourself for being a moron. You've had enough. There's the internet sitting right there in front of you. You can do anything you wanted. Instead, you want to argue. You don't even argue politics. You argue repetitive bullshit that's on the news media. That I don't know who these people swear they didn't believe the media, and they don't trust the government, and politicians are all crooked. Now they believe they hated pharmaceutical companies. Nope, now they believe them. They're on your side. They love you. They want to make sure you're healthy. They're here to help you. How dumb do people have to be? Just say you're a coward. Just say you're stupid. Don't act like you know something you don't know. The other day, this chick was a nurse. Because she's a nurse, she thinks she knows more about health and well-being and dietary related things than I do. But she doesn't, because I told her I eat once a day, and she goes, "That's not healthy." I'm like, suck a dick. You don't know what you're talking about. She's like, "You just eat once a day. That's not healthy." According to who? How many nutrition classes did you take to become a nurse? Who wrote the textbooks that you were reading at what college? Yeah. People are so delightfully egotistical about little pieces of knowledge that they think they have, not even recognizing that the knowledge they were given came at a cost. The cost of using your fucking brain. People do not use their brains for anything except for store. I don't know. What's a storehouse of random trivial facts? It's not even facts. It's trivial pursuits. See, it's at this point. I don't think it's even cognitive dissonance with people. I just think it's a willful ignorance. It could be either one, I suppose, but at this point, it's a willful ignorance on purpose. I was in the park the other day, and there was two people sitting away from everybody else on a blanket, about 8 feet apart, and they had their masks on outside. No one's within 100 yards of them. and they would just take it off to talk to each other, put it back on. What is? Are these NPCs? Are these people real? Like, do you have to interact with people like this on a daily basis? Uh, the level of like, there's a few key questions I could ask someone, and within 3 questions, I could figure out whether or not you could even hold a conversation with me, or whether you're a complete baffling moron, like a befuddled clown, that you're part of the circus that's going on. So, other than that, last night I had a really great time. There was a symphony right here behind me. If you guys check out my last video, it's pretty awesome. The audio came out pretty good. But oddly enough, I got a copyright claim against it, because apparently I didn't believe something that was live music could be copyright claimed. Oh well. But you still can watch it. Who's up in here? What y'all doing? Hello. What's up? Super champion. You convinced they are? It's hard to say, because I know some people that do occasionally still wear the thing. They already got the Jabberwockies. And they wear the masks. I mean, are they intelligent? Not completely, no. But they're somewhat reasonable, but they're also, I mean, they seem like a normal human. But yeah, a lot of them do. They could be. I don't know. Are they full on fucking robots and NPCs? I don't know, man. I mean, it really doesn't matter at this point, right? Because what these whatever chemical slurry they're putting into people's bodies, they're going to be able to be remotely controlled anyways, if not just eliminated. So, I mean, what's the point? Who cares then? Because then they're a robot anyways. So what do you do? What do you do with these people? Because there's no convincing them. There's no like leading the horse to water. No, this is like literally, they could be dying of thirst, and you could hand them a glass of water, and they wouldn't know what to do with it. But what is this? Good times, huh? Good times. How's everybody else doing? Oh, as per usual. I'm just ranting and raving here, but if you guys want to, donations are great, because I'm running on fumes here. CashApp, PayPal, all that's in the description box. I do appreciate it. But as far as like other things, I don't know what's going on in the world. What should we chat about here? Anybody need help with anything? In the realm of foods and herbs and fasting and I don't know, whatever, man. Some words of encouragement. What's up? Who's up in there? William Childs, what's up, man? Yeah. Peace, love, exactly. Yeah, people, because the TV said so. Because the TV said so. Literally, people are fighting in like each other out here. I don't know how many arguments I've gotten into with people that, because the TV has told them that people that like to breathe, that are pro oxygen, pro conversation, pro I don't know, like having a functioning brain, healthy system, that I'm for those things, that somehow the TV has convinced them, those people, that people see there's us them dialogue they got to do, but it literally is us and them, is it not? Like, hey, I'm just trying to breathe here. We gotta have this conversation again 2 years later. You're still telling me because I have to join your cult. It's a cult, and they don't even know it. The cult of the masked. They're baboons. You know? Babbling baboons. Yeah, yeah. Pro like I'm not pro life. I'm pro living. I'm for the living thing that's going on here. I think it's pretty cool. Hey, I'm also for technology. I'm all for all this cool shit. I'm using it right here. I'm all for it. But I'm not. I'm kind of like, uh, jabbing a dirty sock in someone's mouth, and someone telling me to do it, to take my dirty sock and put it in my mouth because that's what they do. I'm just gonna have to say, nah, no. And then because the TV says so, like they'll get together and bully you. Hey, you join the cult. Put that in your face. We can't breathe. Our brains don't work, so therefore yours can't. How dare you think? the assault, the assault on doing your own research. Like how do people that know what the book 1984? They've read it, and they don't see it happening. You're like, you've read the book, you know what Orwell was talking. You read the book, yeah, and you don't see what's going on here at all. Okay. I mean, they're shorting their own lifespan, anyways. I mean, that's the only positive I see come out of this. They are becoming their actions are what's going to eliminate them, like themselves, not anything anybody else does. Their own willful ignorance. That's it. It's not like, in the past you could say, okay, well, that information is kind of hard to find or digest or whatever. You got a job, then doing the research on some in-depth thing that might take you a few weeks of in-depth research into something to figure out if it is reasonable and makes sense. No, now it's 19, 20 months into this Babylon circus of babbling, bouncing bozos, and I don't even know. It's like, what to do? What to do? Oh yeah, the Animal Farm. Yeah, let's not go too far with all the dystopian novels, but sure, if you don't taste that like completely right now with what's being attempted, how can you not? Yes, I'll remind you though. If you're putting a mask on your child, that's child abuse, and you hate your children. You hate them, and you want to see the next generation enslaved. You don't like the idea of freedom. You don't like the idea of doing, like, look at, is this what's wrong with the air? You hate the air? I'm gonna call these people anti-air, anti-oxygen people. You're against oxygen. Literally the number one prime source of what you need to survive in this world. Breath. Number one. Air. Ding, ding, ding. It's spirit. That's what you need. People, how about water? People are clueless on water. I tell them drink distilled water. No, it says it leaves the minerals out of your body. You need to clean the water, then put more dirt in it. Put salt in it because you need salt. That's what they said. Right. Okay, sure. People got it confused. They hate oxygen. They hate water. Don't even know how that shit works. What else? Any more assaults on the earth? And we've already assaulted the shit out of the earth, huh? Don't respect the earth. Don't respect the oxygen, which is the only thing they need. Water would be helpful if they knew anything about that. And don't forget, you're an idiot if you drink your piss. Well, they're literally eating shit. Literally eating shit. They go, oh, why don't you? You're gonna eat your shit too? Like, no, actually, I don't eat shit. You eat shit. I drink my piss because it's ultra plasma filtrate. It's what you'd be getting in the hospital. You'd be getting my piss. If you go to a hospital and I donate blood, you know what you're getting? You're getting my piss. Are you not understanding this? That's what plasma is when they put it in a centrifuge. So whenever you go get a plasma, you go to certain neighborhoods, there's blood donations. Other neighborhoods, it's called plasma donations. What do you think they're putting in those bags in the hospitals? Plasma. It's fucking urine. Understand? Urine. So you drink my piss. How's that? You eat shit all day and then drink my piss just to keep you healthy. Yep. Yeah, clean it to put salt back in. Hey, what's going on, Skull? Chilling, man. Just venting a little bit. A little venti mocha. Venti mocha, eh? I don't know, I guess, you know, sometimes you just catch people's snarky. You know, Snarky Puppy? Great band, by the way. You know, these snarky people. You give them a little bit of power and they think they know, you know, give them a little piece of information, they think they know everything, give them a little bit of power and they're just so off-putting. They're just really not delightful people. And it's like, it brings, this whole thing brings them out more and more. Just the lowest scum, the filth of the earth. It's like, oh, you're the dirty one. Follow your own rules. Follow your own rules. Get back the fuck up. Stay 6 feet away. Not me. You. That's your rule. Follow your own rules. Your own guidelines. Go for it. Mm-hmm. Fun times though. All right. I think we've talked about this before, but there is no this whole there's more people waking up. No, there's not. No, there's not. It's that part of the game is over. You're not educating anyone anymore. No one's like just just yesterday I figured it out. Like I came to enlightenment. It all makes sense. Like no, that's not happening anymore. It's pretty stark contrast. There's just the people that are on the fence, and if you're still on the fence, your ass is bleeding. Can't sit on a fence. Give you hemorrhoids. Yep. It's pretty stark, the reality. Yeah, I mean there's bright sides to this. Hey, I'm all for, you know what? I'm all for the whole, I've said this 1,000 times, the whole segregation thing of, okay, here, I don't care, here's what it is, here's how we do it. Half and half, okay? The whole country, just, let's take the states and let's say half of it is for people that don't want to wear the mask and don't want to have poison injected into them. So do that. And then, so our place would be open to whoever wants to chill. You can come through, but obviously they won't want to because they're scared. We're all idiots, we'll all die. But then they can stay in their little part of town and everybody can put their facial shields on and put diapers on their head and do whatever the hell they want. And we'll see which tribe survives. I think I know what the answer is. I think I'm 100% sure of the answer. I'd be willing to bet my life on it. Mm-hmm. And while they are convinced, despite all evidence to the contrary, after 2 years, why are we all not dead? Why don't we get sick? What is going on? Doesn't that seem to, you know, because everybody I know that went and got the cocktail of nonsense, every one of them, within 2 months, major health issues, all of them, every single one I know. And but they, you know, they won't accept it. That's the cause of it. I'm like, explain to me why I'm not sick, and you are. Why are you? Why are you? I didn't do that thing, and you think that what I caused that? That's ridiculous. The very blatant, right in their face. Here, what did you do that I didn't do? I can tell you the one thing that they all did, and then they got sick. I can tell you. Figure it out. It's not working for everybody. Might have to move down this way so I can see the screen. There we go. Maybe this will work a little better. Come join me over here. There we go. Maybe? There we go. A little better. What's up, Linda Jackson? What do you mean? What do you mean afterwards? Like, well, here's the thing is, I can't explain that on here because I'll get my channel blocked or shut down. I can address it on my Telegram perhaps, as I want to get people to go to my Telegram, join my Telegram. It's my name, Zen Atman. So then I can talk more freely about that subject. I can allude to it and use code words, kind of, but what is their plan? I mean, what has a government's plan always been? What have they always been? Control, manipulate, subdue, poison, tax, burden, enslave. I mean, they have no other goal. It's like asking a liar, like somebody that lies all the time. Like, okay, can you ever expect them to tell the truth? They're people that are sociopaths are almost always well, they're beyond habitual liars. They're into another level of they're pathological liars. To the point where they actually believe their own bullshit. They've convinced themselves that they know better. They're narcissists. Pathological, sociopathic, narcissistic, habitual, lying, line-stepping people that believe they're righteous. Somehow, some way. So what have they always done? Why do you need a here's a simple to simply answer your question. Why do you need a license for everything? Do you know how many different things you get taxed on and you have licenses for? It's absolutely insane. For safety? I mean, so somebody doesn't build a deck that is crooked and will fall over and someone will hurt themselves. You know what I mean? Like, you got to get a permit to build a deck. Are you kidding? Like, if you don't know what you're doing, and people, like, if you have a deck that's built like garbage, well, and you get hurt on it, that's your problem for being an idiot and not building it correctly. We got standards and codes, international safety. I get it for big buildings. I get it if they're going to do something structurally, there's got to be structural integrity, and on large projects, I suppose going through a couple, a couple hoops might be good in that case. But telling somebody to, they need a permit to drive. There's so many people that have licenses that should not. How many older people that are literally on drugs all day long have no their reaction time is zero. They shouldn't be behind a wheel of a car. I've watched an old person drive into the front of a Taco Bell after trying to park in the same parking spot for about 3 minutes. They backed in, forward, backed, and then left the shit in forward and just right into the building. Super slow motion. So, I mean, licenses mean nothing, is the point. You don't need a license. You just need to know how to do something. If I go to someone's house and they have a wobbly porch, you know what? I'm probably not going to be friends with that person anyways. And I'm probably not going to walk on that porch because I can look at it and go, does it seem like I'd want to go have a barbecue here? I don't think so. That would be my responsibility. That would be a freedom that I have. And if I built a deck that was, I'm just using this as a simple example, but what do we have then? What do you have now? You have so many arbitrary rules, laws, licenses, taxes on everything. It's obscene. The list is, go look up a list. It's it's incredibly weird. It's like, you need a license to go fishing? Why? A license to fish? A license to be you have to register a boat? No, you don't. What kind of nonsense is that? According to who? I mean, if you're going to be on a boat, you probably want to know what you're doing anyway, so you'd learn. You'd learn how to sail. You'd learn how to move the thing, because who wants to get in a boating accident? Who wants to drown at sea? Nobody. So you're probably going to be in a boat that looks right, put together. You know what I mean? So what is their goal? Enslavement. They do nothing and enslave everybody else to do all of the tasks, to control. I mean, taxes are usury. Taxes are unlawful in every way. It's usury. If you believe in the Bible, then you cannot believe in paying anyone taxes. You cannot believe in interest. You can't go for the inflation okie dokie. Income tax? How are they going to tax you on your income? Well, I gotta take care of the roads. Well, sorry, that's not how it works. But and they don't take care of the roads. I don't know if you've ever driven around your local city. The roads are always in disrepair. It seems like a simple thing they could just just take just a once through, just go over the whole city, and boom, they could knock that out, no problem. They just don't, because they don't care. Because they'd rather have you break your car hitting a pothole. Then you gotta buy more. You gotta fix that. Keep the system going. Go watch the movie The Fifth Element with Bruce Willis when he's in that. He goes into that dude's office, the guy with the mask on his side of his face thing, and they're talking about technology and something, and he dropped his glass on the floor, and he goes, see, a little chaos creates a lot, and so he pushes a button, all these robots come and clean up. See, he like gives them a job to do. It's creating, by dropping the glass, he's explaining that the chaos that he produces causes all sorts of other things to happen. And then right afterwards, here's the funny part. He goes and gets a new glass, and it has a cherry in it, and he drinks the glass of water with a cherry, and he chokes on the cherry seed. And as he's choking on the cherry seed, he's smashing all the buttons to try to get one of the robots to help him, but it can't. And Bruce Willis just is standing there, and he's kind of he's ready to make a point, and the dude's about to die. So he walks up and slaps him on his back, and he coughs the cherry pit out. He's like, where are your little robots now? And that pit, where are they now? As he just smashing all the buttons. Yeah. So their goal is complete enslavement, control, monopoly. It's all Oh, nice. You got a cider and fasting with some mushies. Nice. Ah, you got out of body. Well, those, after some mushies, it shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, it's a test. Yeah. That's right. The test. It is a test, right? Oh yeah, you like that? Yeah, check this shit out. A buddy of mine. I just got this as a gift. You guys see it? Boom. Yeah, it's an ankh with a scarab beetle in it. A buddy of mine gave it to me the other day. Nice little gift. Ha 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 ha! You just decided that your 83-year-old mother-in-law is one. Oh, there's a lot of them. They are, they got the different, they got the different types of narcissists, the covert ones, and there's too many labels. I don't like the whole institution of psychiatry. I mean, it's a industry of death. If you ever check out that psychiatry, the industry of death. Yeah, they micro address so many issues that people have that everything has a label to it. it's a little out of control. Just saying, okay, somebody needs some help with something that they're emotionally stuck on. They got da da da, but then but once you're in there, once you go to therapy, you're always going back for more. They'll tell you have a problem, even if you don't. Yeah, they are the people that are usually psychologists, psychiatric people. They are the nutcases, for real, for real. Them- so, like, how do you have this job? You have no care. You have no hospice caring skills. Linda, you have a license to watch. See, a license to watch. Look at that. See, a license to program you. You actually pay. People are going to pay to get bad. You guys get pay. You guys pay to get terrible information and to get programmed and to get propaganda stuffed into your eyeballs. That's insane. Well, what if you? What's the? I mean, I've heard somebody else talking about this. Like, what if you don't? What if you just don't want it? What if you don't have a TV? I mean, is that just like just for being alive? You got to pay for it? Like, at what point? Like, that's insane. It was a little windy. Sorry about that. Hey, wind, chill out, bro. Oh man, the you gay. Oh, Skull, that's funny you say that because a friend of mine knows a lot about mushrooms, and since I've been hanging out with her, we find mushrooms everywhere. Lots of just normal edible ones. Nothing psychedelic. I mean, at least. Well, she didn't know. She's not from these parts, so she doesn't know exactly the mushroom species here completely. But we've been finding lots of them. You don't even have a 20 years. You haven't had a TV, and they're still saying you ain't got a license. Why would I need a license for something I don't use? even if a license to get fucking programmed. People are paying for their own enslavement. That's pretty crazy. The system is rigged. You back in the matrix, yo. I'm all for this quantum jumping though. I'm all for this. I can't go for that. You know that song? I can't go for that. Like the whole whatever crazy shit that there's like the dystopian future thing. Nah, that's so like, and it's not even the people that are in charge that are necessarily doing it. It's the people that are around you that are following the suggestion. They're literally playing a psychological trauma, but they're playing a psychological, a magical mental game with people. and so it's not even them doing it, like necessarily. Yeah, I mean it's obviously horrible. It's obviously deplorable, disgusting, and filthy. But it's not necessarily those people that are in charge. It's your next door neighbor and the person that owns the shop down the street that's enforcing such stupid bullshit because the TV said so. It's the person that closed their small business because that's what they had to do. It's the person that they said, oh, restaurants you can't have more than this many people and this much distance and this you can sit down and eat and take your diaper off your head, but then when you stand up, you got to put it back on. What an insane idea. How none of it makes any sense. It's the most senseless It's like the art of confusion. Except I'm not confused. I know how stupid it is. How dare these people think that their business? I mean, it's their own fault when their businesses fail. Keep your doors open. There's nothing they can't. There's nothing they can do. That's like, I love watching. I always watching videos of people when they get in arguments and somebody like doesn't have they didn't wear a diaper to the store, and they're having an argument. Like you realize the business has no leg to stand on. That if like somebody wanted to see, and the bullshit part is the person that's arguing that they shouldn't have to wear a diaper, because I don't know who as an adult wears a diaper, but they don't have to wear. They're in the right, but they're labeled the Karen. They're labeled that they're causing a problem. Just put it on, man. Just wear the diaper, okay? You gotta just do it. I mean, you hate grandma. You hate you're just causing a problem. Like, nah, dude, you don't understand. The more though they enforce that shit, what happens next? We've been telling you. We've been telling you what's going on. We've been explaining it to you, what they're doing. The only way it stops is if people that own these small businesses don't enforce what they can't enforce. I mean, what do these people think? The other day, I went to a bar, so a friend of mine goes in, and there's two of us there. It's not that busy. New Orleans hasn't been that busy. It should be busy because it's fucking New Orleans. It's the greatest city on earth, despite everything. And she goes in, and the guy immediately says, "Do you have your papers?" I was like, "Nah, dude." So me and the other chick, I was like, "Oh, she can go in." And so we had a beer in hand, and we were about to walk in because you can drink in the streets in New Orleans. And normally in New Orleans, you can walk in and out of anywhere with the beer in hand, sit down and get and then he's like, "Yeah, you can't." First he goes, "You can't bring that beer in here." I was like, "Oh, fuck it, never mind." You know, I was like, "I don't even want to go in there because first he asked for the papers, you can't bring that beer in." And then so what happens? Because he's a smart person, he goes, "Hey, you know what? Come on, man, you're fine." And says to me another girl, because he knows he's like, "You're gonna buy a beer, right?" I was like, "Yeah, man, I fucking live here. Of course I'm gonna come in and watch some live music and drink beers." He's like, "Oh, you're good. I was like, "Yeah, of course." But like, how insane is that? Because he knew, like he's looking at the money walk past his place. In the past, small businesses down here, bars, restaurants, no. People they know it's just in and out, and people spending money, having a good time. He's like, "Nope, that's $50 that's not going into the register today." I can see him, he's counting it, and he has to be. They have to be aware of that. Never before. Think of that all over the country. I do wonder what people are doing. I wonder how many small businesses, like people are what are they doing? Taking second mortgages out in their house to pay for shit? I don't know. So many businesses closed down here. So many. And it's not just, some of it was due to the hurricane, but no, the majority of it was the last year and a half. You've been looping? Yeah, Radiohead's alright. I haven't heard him in a while. Thank God penicillin. Yeah, you know what's funny about penicillin is how was it discovered? It's the mold that grows on oranges, right? Like literally, you could scrape the mold off of oranges and eat that. You don't really need it. See, I mean, every one of these so-called miracles of the pharmaceutical companies, all these miracle drugs. No, how do you think they figured out what was in them? How do you think they figured out how to make them? Because they went to the plant life, and then they extracted from the plant a single element. They went to shamans in the rainforest. They went to all of these tribal to talk to the medicine men and figure out what plants they were using to heal people from certain things. They say, oh, this plant fixes them from malaria. This plant fixes somebody from this. Da, 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 da. And so what they do, they take that back and they put it in a lab and they go, okay, what is the major component in here that's doing the work on getting rid of like, okay, you have blood clots. So they figure out which one of these plants is a blood thinner. And they take that and then they turn it into an artificial version of it. A manufactured version of that single part of the plant. Not the whole plant, because they can't patent it. And they say, oh, this pill will fix everything. Somebody goes, they have a headache. I was like, oh, let me make you some white willow bark tea. They go, oh yeah, right, that's gonna fix it. I'm like, that's literally what aspirin is made from. It's literally the main constitution of that plant right there. I make a tea and it's anti-inflammatory and make your headache go away. But they go, no, it's Advil. Advil's doing it. Tylenol's doing it. I mean, I'm all for a few of these things. Maybe 5% of pills and capsules and medicine. Maybe 5%. It's still in the okay to good category. Still not as good as getting the plant life, but it's easier, it's easier to access, and it's as close to source as possible. Everything else is so adulterated and so overused and treatment of this and that. You ever see people that have like a whole slew of pills? The doctor goes like, hey, you got to take this, and that's for your high blood pressure, but then it's going to cause you to have a problem with your intestines, so I'm going to give you this pill. And they have like 10 different things so they can counteract what the first pill did to treat the main issue, and they have all of these side issues. Or they could have just used the single plant, which they would have had in the plant, has all the micronutrients and all the things to make it less poisonous, and so that you could actually consume the plant and you don't get all the side effects. Ah, nice. Yeah, allegedly Dave's. He's pretty. I like him. Peace, love. Mandate. You think this southern states first? I don't know. I don't think so. I can't see the southern states. No, there's too many reasons why the northern states would be first. A, because of the weather, so people are going to be getting sick anyways, so they're just going to blame it's like flu season for them. They changed the weather, plus they've been putting diapers on their face all year, and it'll definitely be northern states because of the weather, and because southern states have always been the free states. And if you look at a map of all the states that have been anti this bullshit, it's all the southern states. So, I don't know, and the already, if you guys aren't paying attention to it, the shipping, the cargo and shipping containers, everything that's coming into port, it's not happening right now. Most of those are all coming in to the mandated states, right? The ports are in cities that are heavily locked down, right? New York, Florida, or not Florida, California. I still see some boats on the Mississippi, so we're still getting shit here, apparently. A turquoise. What's up, Afro man? What you doing? Turquoise awakening. Valium. Oh yeah, it's a concentration of valerian root. Yeah, that would make sense. That's good for sleepy time. Valerian tea. Yeah. You know what? I haven't made valerian tea in a while. I do like kind of downers. Valerium and what else? Like poppy seed tea, shit like that. Yeah. Haven't had that in a while. Governments, yeah, there you go. The Queen Ant for real would never kill the workers. Yeah, damn right. Well, the difference now, if we get into it this way, the difference now is because the level of technology we have, it's not. It has nothing to do with the fake overpopulation nonsense. That's complete bullshit. Um, the overpopulation thing is a and as well as the climate changing. The climate always changes. Stop all that nonsense. You know, those two things are disguise why they, to do the depopulation work. And why is that happening? Not because there's too many, not because there's too many people, but because now we have robotics to take care of most everything. And as we go into the technocratic revolution, um, we need less people here on this realm. There's not a need for people, and while the system could continue to function at a very high level, we could have more people, and less people really need to have an actual job, or people, there's gonna be less things, there's gonna be less jobs. I've had to explain this 1,000 times. Do you remember you used to go to supermarkets and there'd be a person in the checkout line, right? Now you go to supermarkets and there's only a few that have people working. Usually there's 4 checkout lines where you do the work yourself and one person's there. So they're doing what 4 people used to do. And then there's gas stations now that literally no one works at. There might be one person, maybe, but I think it's 0 people. But it still has a giant storefront with a huge vending machine, basically. It looks just like the store, and then you go click through, and what do you want? And then it dispenses it. So there might be one person in there doing something, but yeah, don't even need that. What do you think? You think stocking shelves won't be taken care of very shortly by robotics? You don't need a human being to stack boxes. It can be done. It can be automated. So, where's anybody gonna be working? I've explained this 1,000 times over to people. It's not that people. It's literally that there will be no jobs to be done. The only thing left in the future, quite literally, to do would be art and music and service industry shit. That's about it. Everything else can easily be automated. And I'm not against it. I'm for that. So there are a lot of these people that they, like whenever they say you'll own nothing and like it. Well, in the good version of that, it's like, what do you really need? How much shit do you really want? There can be a lot of we can upgrade. Just go look at the Venus Project. Go look at Jacques Fresco, and look at his work, and Peter Joseph Zeitgeist. Go understand what a resource-based economy means. Now, is that what they're aiming for? Maybe the white part of the higher ups rather than the evil black part that we see. Maybe they are. Maybe that's the trick of the game. But nonetheless, this idea that there'll be any employment for anybody to be had in the future, doing what? Everything is becoming digitalized. Remember when you could call on the phone and talk to another person? Now you get an answering machine. Please press 1. And, to eventually get to talk to somebody, never going to happen. It's no jobs. Literally none. Skull, 40. I'll tell you from the stats that I've been looking at, because I've done, obviously, I do spend an awful lot of time doing, my own thinking and research, and the doctors and the scientists that I've been following are all pretty much saying 2 years. People that have, here's how it works. You eat the first 2 apples, and then your system is depleted by 50%. If you continue to eat the apples afterwards, by the 4th apple you eat, everybody's getting what I'm saying here, you will not have an immune system. And what you have to understand about your immune system is different than antigens and antibodies. And what you'll be getting by eating an apple once every 6 months, is getting the apples to provide you with the antibodies for what is now in your system. You'll be in a constant state of sickness, and that will be the only cure for your sickness, because you won't have your immune system won't be there. To fix that would take a lot, basically. You'd have to do some heavy duty house temple work, fasting, rearranging things. It would be really difficult. But at that point, but at that point, most people are going to be so unhealthy and sick, and they're going to have so many other not complementary issues, but other issues going on. Most people say this year by Christmas, a good percentage of the population will be. And the stats I was reading, according to like one of those big, one of those trusted sources that they can predict the future, those kind of things, like, hey, we can see what the stock's going to do, we can see the size of this country, what the GDP will be, blah blah blah. Every one I was looking at, by the year 2024, populations are going to be down in most countries to, like right now the US has 350 million. It's supposed to be down to 100 million by 2024. GDP goes down, military spending is almost nil. I mean, this is their predictions. And that's for just about every country. It goes down about 60%. So blame it on whatever you want. I mean, I know what's going on, but however you look at it, that's what's going to happen. And I think the point is, because how many people can you have just running around not having employment, not anything to do? What would they do? Would they get together and start to realize how bad the system is bending them over? And start communicating, like, I mean, isn't that another reason that that's another reason for the face diapers, right? So people can't communicate. You can't have a deep intellectual conversation with somebody with the diaper on. It can't work for a million reasons. Not only is your brain not functioning, but you literally can't have a conversation. It doesn't work. You can't hear them. It sound like, what did you say? It's okay. What the fuck ever. Imagine if somebody just walked out and talked to you like this all day. You couldn't have a conversation. What? Who else is up in here? What's up, Matt Jones? What are you doing? What is going on? Yeah. Too optimistic. No way. It's not. It can't. It's gonna happen much quicker than that. But I also have my hopes for the real deal zombie apocalypse. I've been saying that. I mean, if you're not getting wind of that's kind of happening in some way, like zombies, NPCs, if you're not seeing that, oh, check it out, guys! I got my hair did. It's kind of a mess now because I've already slept on it a couple times, but I got some cornrows up in this shit. But yeah, if you don't see like the zombies already kind of, I mean, once you start asphyxiating, your brain starts functioning like not functioning, and you're putting a bunch of chemical cocktails in your body. I mean, go look up on YouTube Kensington, I believe. No, is it Kensington? In Philadelphia? I think look up People of Philadelphia or something, and it's this one city where all of these people are on this new drug that's basically, it looks like people are walking, they're dead people walking, quite literally. It looks like, you know what a heroin addict looks like. You know the heroin lean, where they're just sitting there, you don't know how they don't fall over, they're just standing there though, and they're just on this really weird position. It's like that, but only worse. Yeah, like blocks and blocks. It's a whole fucking city of just crackheads, meth heads, and whatever the drug that they're doing, whatever experimental drug. I mean, you look at Baltimore too. I mean, you'd have to know where that shit's coming from. Johns Hopkins is right there. The medical. What do you don't think that they're putting out things into the. Of course they are. They do drug studies all the time. Experimental drug studies all the time. They put them in the paper like, hey, do you want to go here? We'll pay you $500 to do all of these experimental drugs. People are like, oh, okay. Insane. That's what they do. And what's very funny is if you knew who Johns Hopkins was, he was into it's like basically he was a naturopath. He would shut that whole business down in an instant if that was his name and he knew what they were doing. Oh, no way. Absolutely fucking not would he have been for anything they're doing there. It's like trying to explain to people like what these colleges, these universities, these schools, like, oh, we want to get our kids back in schools. Like, why? Like, what are you really asking for? Why do you want your kids to go back to an institution that you hated going to, that is only worse now, that does no job in educating? They're not telling you, they're not showing you how to think. They're telling you what to think. And they've become more and more efficient at it. It's called neuro-linguistic programming, NLP. Teachers don't even know they're doing it. They don't even ask where the books came from. Just do a little research on the books that are in the schools and where they came from. What are in those pages of those books? For what purpose? Why you want to send your kids back there? For what? Anything they can learn in school, they could learn in the computer. And probably more. And by probably more, I mean absolutely more. They can't socialize? Of course they can. They learn socialization in school with masks on, with diapers on their heads, staying 6 feet apart. That's socialization? I thought that was the opposite of that. Interesting. It's not like kids wouldn't end up, outside playing amongst each other, doing shit like, remember when we were kids, we used to like, all you did was look for where the bikes were. Go hang out there. Oh, Super Champ. Where we at here? Oh, you're saying the North is 90% done? Well, I don't know. I think probably most of those stats are probably quite inflated, but well, I've already seen on a bunch of different people's accounts on Telegram videos of like walkouts in like GM, the Southwest thing or whatever, like all of those couple airlines, major walkouts at places, man. Which that's going into part of blowing up the economy, anyways. Dismantling it completely. Doomsday prepping. Yeah, I would suggest everybody here, if you don't understand what's going on with the supply chain, unless you're really slick with it and you enjoy fasting, you enjoy being without, but you'd be very wise to do some stock on some snacks. Now, see that here's the dilemma too. Now, when people do, regardless of the supply chain being screwed up, if everybody goes out and goes, oh my gosh, we need immediately. Remember like the toilet paper, right? We couldn't find toilet paper. It was like, we got to go out and everybody gets toilet paper. Well, if everybody does that, even if the supply chain was working normally, there still would be a backup. There still would be a loss because people overbought something. So that plus the supply chain being short, it's going to be quite interesting. It will be quite interesting for sure. What's up, Matt Jones? Yeah, it's ritualistic. Yeah, ritualistic magic for sure. I mean, some ritualistic magic we can't all put it all under the bus because some of it's very good. You can do ritualistic magic that is beneficial. You know, it's like people that say all black magic is evil. Like, no, it's not. There's plenty of white magicians I know that are bad people that do bad magic. Plenty of black magicians I know that do really good shit for people. So, but yeah, the larger thing that's going on, yeah, it's a larger ritualistic magic going on. Yep, yeah. As we were saying, as I was just saying, I gotta hold my camera for a second because it's windy right now. Yeah, on top of it, you got the walkouts. You got that. You got less. People who don't want to work. No, they don't want to be poisoned. That's what they're saying. They're not saying they don't want to work, but complete destruction of the system. Yeah. Going into air age. Well, how do you suppose we're going in air age? I thought we are going into. Aren't we going into the water age? I thought it was the water bearer. It's not the water age. Am I lost here? Is this something new? New with the zodiac? I thought it was the Aquarius, the water bearer. Well, I guess yeah, Aquarius is, funny enough. Yes, Aquarius is air. I always thought it was, but it's always funny because he's the water bearer and and it's aqua in the name, but it's an air sign. Very confusing. Yep. Got you. There you go, Matt Jones. What's up, adoration? It's a lie that the Aquarius age is coming. How you suppose that? Everybody I've been seeing that's really into astrology and tarot and all of most everybody's been saying we're going into Aquarius. Precession of equinoxes and all that shit. It was supposed to. It was the middle part of it. The turning point was supposed to be the December 20th of last year, right? But then it's kind of like we're still on the cusp, right? So if you think of if someone's born right at the beginning, say May 23rd, right? You'd be a cusp of the Gemini and whatever is prior to that. So if you just say if you're let's say July 23rd, you'd be a June 23rd. June 23rd, you'd be a cusp of Gemini and what comes right after it. Anyway, so in the same sense, we're in that little cusp version of going into the next stage. It's not like it's not just immediately you're into the next. Yeah, I think we're just in the cusp of it. But most things we're so deluded on so many things. I mean, we could just throw into the mix that we had 1,000 years, either 1,000 years of history just added, because you realize, like, when we look at some old arts and some old dates where we thought it said 1778, it wasn't. It was actually the letter I or the letter J, and it was saying 778. So we're not even in the year 2020. Even if we were using, depending on your calendar, 2021, we're in the year 1021, according to quite a few people. Nonetheless, if we do look at the equinox, if we look at the stars, I personally can't look up in the sky and know exactly. You know, I'm still relying on other people's interpretation of it. But it seems like the people that know the most about astrology are saying that they were going into or transitioning into Aquarius. Yep. Linda Jackson. Yes. Well, that's what the thing is. That's what the apples are doing. You know how many people that I know that have eaten the apple? You know how many women I know that have eaten the apple? You get what I'm getting at, right? Putting air quotes on that. Or was having intercourse with somebody that had eaten apples, and they have all sorts of problems with their period. All sorts of menses problems, which is right up the line with what's going on with what's in the stuff, which is causing major blood clotting issues. And so what is a woman's period basically? It's that's the clot of blood, and they've all been telling me it comes late, it's heavier, it's a different color, it's thicker. Without every single one of them that has had eaten the apples. Hey, Rompe Kabaiza. For the Telegram, look at my videos. Just put my name in, and go to my page, and it was a video I did like 4 days ago. Literally the title of my video is my Telegram channel. You heard me? Or if somebody else is on my Telegram, tell them what it is. I think it's just Zen _ Atman. I don't remember what the exact is. How have I been? I've been great. Matt, I'm doing all right. Been listening to some good music. I don't know who was here earlier. There was a concert here yesterday. It was a symphony. It was an orchestra, man. It was rad. It was bad as fuck. And if you guys want, I videoed it for you guys. So there's a good 40 minutes of it on there, and the audio came out pretty good. Yeah, peace, love. Yeah, there's so many ways of unpackaging the astrological signs and shit, depending on Western astrology, Easter. You're using sidereal, you're using Vedic. Some people say Vedic is more accurate, but I don't know, man. Yeah, Matt Jones, you heard about the Vatican did it? Yeah, this is a major thing. And when you get into, I guess, I don't know how deep you are into the mud flood and Tatarian, that kind of mindset, and that we live on top of a motherboard, and this whole realm. We don't live in a computer system, we live on top of it. I'm into that theory. Probably 99%. I would say that's probably 100% accurate. I said 99% of the time I'm 100% right. And the whole reset, and I think the Carrington event is probably clue into when the last reset happened, and somewhere before that, definitely we had some false history injected into our history, into our consciousness. Yeah. Oh, peace, love. That's so funny. Mad, crazy, funny things happened this past few days for me. With things that I would just think, and they would just show up. I was thinking, there was 3 things that I was thinking about, and it all happened in the same day. I was like, you know what? I was looking at my pinky, and I was like, I need a new pinky ring. Boom, I got a new pinky ring. And I was like, and I was wearing a robe. It was there was a Crew of Boo, so it was a so you should check it out. Just go online, look up Crew of Boo. It was fucking awesome. It was a parade, New Orleans parade. So happy. And I had a gown on with my tunic. And I was like, I need a walking stick. And I was going to go over across the street and buy one from this little cool head shop. And I was like, nah. I was like, I can't waste money right now on that. I don't got it like that. So some dude sees me, walks up to me, and just hands me a stick that was perfect size. And then I was talking to somebody the day before, like of the last time any of us did nitrous, whippets. And boom, out of the blue, we're outside sitting on the river. This kid walks over, he's got 2 crackers. I was like, what the fuck? This is hilarious. So yeah, manifestation and quantum jumping is real shit. I still haven't figured out how to fully get out of like the whole obviously the stupiddom of this realm, of the shit that's going on. You know what I'm talking about, like just the diapers and all that kind of, just the larger media conglomerates and all that bullshit. Yeah, I can do that a little bit, out of body and sleeping and da-da-da. I get it that way. I can get out of this realm. But I think I kind of just stay here to advise people on how not to get sucked into the idiocy of it. I think that might be my job. That's my work. Yeah, what if it's, hey, shit, I live in 3030. I don't even know. I'm like Deltron over here. Now you like sharpening knives? Yeah, I don't have that. I know some people that do. There's a buddy of mine who's always sharpening a knife or an axe. He's always out here in the streets. He's always got a knife or an axe, a new one. He's like just always sharpening. I was like, I can see. Very, very meditative, calming thing. Oh, Beast Love, what if you... Yeah, I somebody was talking about that the other day. What is his name? Matt? Quantum... What the fuck is his name? It's Matt and somebody else. They were talking about how much really we are in the West world. And I've always considered, like, how much implanted memories do we have? I find it highly fascinating. Because, the book 1984, I literally don't have any memories of anything in my life before 1984. Is that code to something? Some people here are older, and maybe you do have, but what if they were implanted? And I was born in 79, as far as I'm told, right? And my first memories are really about when I was about 5 years old, which is 1984. What is that? Crazy stuff, huh? Did I get re-sleeved? If anybody's seen that, Altered Carbon. If you guys haven't seen Altered Carbon, highly suggest that. Highly suggest that. Yeah, there you go. Stock up on snacks is what's up. Yep, I got you, Aquarius. What's up, Aaron Colburn? Yeah, you need pee-pee or you will die. Food will run out. I mean, you should at least stock up and do as much. Once you get used to the pee-pee fasting, you'll prefer it anyways. Start breathing. And see, I think the reason I think the North will fall first is just because of the weather. It's too cold. People will not be able to survive without. Where at least in the South, there will still be plant life. There'll still be growth. There'll still be, we can still be outside and getting weather and getting some ether and, connecting with the earth. Where people in the North, they won't be able to make any connection with anything outside. They will be in every way like stuck inside. I mean, anybody that lives in the North, you know how it is. Like going out anywhere is it's a whole thing. It's like you've got to plan on it. You're like, I got to put boots on. I got to put 2 pairs of pants. And got to put where's my scarf, my hat, my all that shit. It's like a whole event. And then you got to go, you know, shovel your car out and all. It's, yeah, that's a whole thing, man. And then there's, nothing's going to be open anyways. That's going to be all fucked up. Where are you going to get gas? Are they supplying gas anymore? Where are you driving to? Where are you going? At least in the southern states, we still got outside. We still connect to the sun. Acorns and dandelions. Hey, that's so funny. Just a couple acorns just fell out of this tree. Cartoon characters with dementia now care for you. It is I. What the hell is going on, yo? Haven't seen you in a bit. How you been, man? Scalgurry? I never heard. No shit. Scalgurry. I have to look that up. What's up, Psychonaut? Oh, hey, somebody on here explain when I say when I'm talking about apples. I can't say the word because I don't want to get my channel fucked up. I think you can imply what I'm talking about. It's the things you're not allowed to talk about. It's the Jabberwockies, you know. What up, John? Who's this? John Phipps. What's up, John Phipps? It has been a while. Oh, there's an equinox viewfinder in the Guidestones. Yeah, his story versus heritage. Yep, after a man, bathe in the water, don't drink it. Bathe in the water, don't drink the salt water. It's pretty simple. Yeah, it gives you you can static discharge your body. It's great. It's salt water is great to sleep to bathe in. But it's like if you're out in the ocean, water everywhere, but not an ounce to drink. You're getting back on the distilled. Oh, galantamine. Yeah, see, these little squirrels up here keep dropping acorns on my porch here. Yeah, galantamine's pretty dope. There's a really good thing to use with galantamine to help it activate it, and I forget what it's called. Oh, get off my head, bee. It's because I have this scarab that I can control insects now. They always come to me. Hey John, John Phipps, have I seen your swordplay? No, I have not. Is that on your channel? That'd be dope. Yeah, I like the bow staff. You know, when you think about it, you got to think out which Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle would you be? I would be the one with the bow staff. Yeah, there is. Hey, I'm trying to catch up here, Matt Jones, I'm going to try to catch up in the comments here. Hey, Courtney, you're 1979, baby? Yeah. Yep, Skull, you just said it right there. It's obvious and apparent that there was a short circuit, an X Factor event, and we're living on a melted, flooded motherboard. That's correct. It's so obvious. Once you start looking into it, like at first it sounds like a really ridiculous concept. But once you accept that this is not a ball flopping through outer space, that we're inside of a ball probably, they just invert it. Again, they invert everything. We're not outside of the ball, we're inside of it. Just like in the Yellow Submarine, we're inside of it. And we're on this flat plane, which is basically a electrical motherboard. It's pretty much what it is. And once you start looking at all the mountains and all of the different things, and the more and more you look at it, you're like, that used to be a building. That's melted. There's no way some sort of shit was going on. That's not. Yeah, you look at these places that have all these caves. Nobody was digging those out. I mean, they dug them out afterwards, but the rooms were already there. That's what people aren't getting. Like, nobody was in there doing this crazy. Like, you see those ones that you can still see the front of the building, and they go, oh, somebody chiseled and carved that out. Like, no, it's the other way around. That was already there, and the rest of the shit got melted. Originally from Connecticut. One of my favorite words to say is Connecticut. I went to Connecticut on a Wednesday. And you moved to North Carolina. Yes, I do say North sometimes. North Carolina. I like to say North. I think it's funny. Quantum consciousness is the channel, yes. Rampe, I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, everybody should know that 100% of it, 100% of everything already has been. So who cares? What the fuck else are you gonna do? Like, okay, stop doing that. Don't pay attention. I don't know. How do I stay so skinny? I fast often. I don't eat very many meals. I usually eat at sundown. I walk a lot. I don't know. A lot of walking. That's helpful. A lot of beers. Beers help. Yeah, I guess my weight, I fluctuate from like 155 to 165. Sometimes I get down to 150. I haven't really been above 165 in a while though. I used to walk around at about 165 to 175. But that's when I was way more physically active. Donatello. Skull. Yeah, I mean, hey, I'm not rooting for anybody's demise, but it's clearly going to occur. I'm not like hoorah about it, but in the same sense, it's like, well, what did you really expect? What did they really expect? I mean, the reason I'm slightly apathetic about it for other people is not because I'm heartless. It's because I realize how consciousness works, and I realize what this body is as a skin suit, and I realize the other realms exist, and it's like Alan Watts says, could you imagine, what were you it's like this, what were you before you were here, before you were alive, what were you? So that happens again, but then nature abhors a vacuum. So if on one side you have not here, and then you have here, then you have not here, then eventually you have here again, and you don't remember when you weren't here. Figure that one out. That one will really boil your noodle. So you will always be somewhere. Up, it's like some going up the ladders and some go down the ladders. Or just a different realm. Different state of consciousness, different being, I don't know. It can be anything. But in that sense, it's like, sure, maybe it's good, I mean, when people go to funerals, right? What do they always say? Oh, they're in a better place now. Okay, well, that's what they kind of get it. Even though they think it's just like, oh, a just single heaven. No, it's not like that. You'll go somewhere. Sorry about the wind right now. Maybe I might have to move. Is the wind affecting my voice here? Are you 120? You relapsed. 100, a whole 130. Yeah, you guys want to have a drink? What's up? Am I ever coming to Texas? I'd consider it. I have a friend that just moved to, where the hell did they move to in Texas? They were first gonna go to, where's all the hippies hang out? What's your hippie town in Texas? Oh, they went to Fort Worth. Yeah, Fort Worth. A giant zoetrope. Never heard that word. What's up, AC? The movie Dark Tower presents Earth as a flat plane. Okay. Cool. My voice works. Okay. Moo. What the fuck is up, Alexandra? What were you babbling about in the chat this morning? I hit the button. Sometimes whenever you do an audio and I hit the button, it eliminates it and it makes me try to hit it again. And you can only hit it twice. When you record, you can only re-listen twice. And so I didn't hear what the fuck you said. You're probably saying merp or something, huh? Oh, you in Dallas Fort Worth? Okay. Wait, I'll bite her? What are you talking about? You want to do a character design based on me? Fuck yeah. Go for it. No. I mean, I don't care, Alexander. You always goofy. Everybody knows. Everybody, whenever they record something, it's always something funny. Huh, fucking beer time, huh? You guys want to join me for a beverage? Anybody want to? Feel free. You're allowed to purchase your boy Zen a beverage. CashApp, PayPal. It's in the description box. It'd be very helpful because I am pretty low on currency right now. And I do have to stock up pretty soon and do the major end of the world food run. So I want to make a big fucking canned food run. And or just if you want to donate a beer to me right now. And funny enough, this can is G322. G's up, hose down, motherfucker. You guys know what 322 is? Skull bones, skull and bone nose. Skull and bones nose. March 22nd. AG, what do I think of concave Earth theory? I'm okay. I mean, I don't know. I mean, like, once I got to come to terms with it's not a ball flying through outer space, I'm pretty comfortable with it being flat realm. It just doesn't. I think it just doesn't. I just at this point, like, it's all I could know, and all of the theory about getting into. I think it's just one more, fucking rabbit hole to go down that I don't have time for, and I don't need, and I don't care about. It's very important that the Earth is either concave or flat. It's here's what it is. It's important that it's not a ball flying through outer space. That's all that matters. You know what I mean? We could be living on a peach fucking cobbler. We could be on a pie. I don't know. Whatever it is. It's just, the flat makes the most sense, and for many reasons. I like the idea of inside of a ball on a flat realm. Infinite, perhaps. Might be places. There might be things flying around in some sort of system. There is, flying objects. The buoyancy, density is different. There's all sorts of shit that you can, you can't call something anti-gravity. Why can't you call something anti-gravity? Because there's no fucking such thing as gravity. So So to call something anti-gravity would to imply there is gravity, which pretty much doesn't exist. You could call it, I don't know, it's doing something with electromagnetics, but the the electromagnetics, or doing something with the, that's probably about the size of it. And air, depending on where you are, has different thickness to it. You're getting different radio frequencies through there too. Anyways, what the fuck am I talking about here? You're just merping. Yeah, I kind of look like. Yeah, a lot of people. Whenever I put the hair down and everything, it kind of does. I get. You know what I've gotten though? I've gotten more from melanated people. I get more often that I look like Moses. From Whitey, I get that I look like Jesus. Jesus with a more pronounced schnozzleberry. I never seen that movie, Rampe. Aging process is clearly psychological warfare. Well, yeah, you know what? I never thought of it that way, but sure, it's psychological, yes, secondarily, but the first trick was tricking us into eating the things that we eat, tricking us to putting all sorts of. I mean, what was the first thing that do not eat of the apple in the Bible, that kind of thing? The first trick was that we started eating anything for that matter, because we're etheric, and then as we consumed, we densified our bodies, we became more physical form, which is fine. It's cool to be down on a realm where you can consume things, but the amount of and what we consume is so anti-humanness, anti-being, that it's making us age a lot quicker than we need to. I think that we can choose psychologically to age. I don't think we could really eat anything and all things every day if we and still continue to age. I think we'd age faster. I think eating less helps. But then again, I mean, does anybody really want to be here forever? Like, no, that's just weird. You'd want to move on into another realm, another consciousness or something. So there's a lot of people that go, oh no, I'm out when I'm gonna live to 100 and I'm out, because that's what I sign up for, and they know that they know when they're done. They just go, I'm out of body, and they go. It's kind of like when you're in a dream and you decide I want to wake up, and you come into this body. You're doing it in the other direction. But as far as like the aging process and how we look, yeah, you're supposed to develop into what you look like in your 20s, right? Oh, yes. Glad I caught that shit. I think you probably look at like in your late 20s, early 30s. I think that's probably where most people should be at most of their life. You'd get to about that area of looking, and then you'd maintain that. That's what it seems like to me. And then people wanted to, oh, sure, be around a few hundred years. Then you're like, get some grays in there. Go straight gray with your hair. Hold on, guys. Let me put my bag down, because I do not want this phone to. Okay, hold on a second here. There we go. That could be better. Okay. Yeah, psychological and spiritual warfare. I mean, when you say spiritual warfare, it's a breath war. Spiritual, spirit, breath. Like think about it in the level of what was the beginning of this magic spell. For anybody that's keen on it, when we were talking about this earlier, the great spell that they cast was I can't breathe. Remember that big trick that they played on everybody about that guy? That actually it wasn't a staged event, right? But it was all, I can't breathe. Now they made people say that. Say it. And they just started to get people, and then literally, what did they do after that? They put the diapers on their faces so they couldn't. And they ate it up. That was the catalyst. It's connected. This is not butterfly effect shit where, oh, it's all infinite connected. I'm saying that's literally the trigger for the entire thing to occur. Go look at just look at the date, look at the whole thing, look at how it was all choreographed. Cancer gross. Well, here's the thing. I drink. You're allowed to drink in the city, but you just don't be a dickhead. And I don't want to. You can't really have a glass bottle, although no one would care. Like you wouldn't. Nothing would really happen. But I don't like carrying around my book bag a 12-pack of glass bottles. A, because possibly break, and B, it's way too heavy. I put a 12-pack of beers in my backpack and I'm good for the day. I'm A-okay. Dude, he just threw up a thing, whatever sign that is, man. He threw up a mudra. Threw up a gang sign. Whisker you. Robbie, you don't age because you don't want to. Yeah, mushies. Yeah, I had a great day the other day. Perhaps I had some mushies around me. In maybe some psilocybe. Denise on the back. Yeah, the Turtle Island, huh? Skull. That's fun. Yeah, do it. Rob, have you been getting better at lucid dreaming lately? Yeah, for me, pretty much my lucid dreaming and out of body. I can tell you how to do it. For me, it's kind of like my diet. It's off or on. Like sometimes I'm very much into the lucid and the astral realms and everything. Sometimes I'm eating very healthy, and other times you're like, man. That's kind of the was a conversation I was having with someone last night. It was about apathy versus leaving behind a legend of your being, and I generally I kind of gear towards apathetic, but that is part of the. I mean, you have to understand, like, whatever. When people say, "Oh, whenever I do something that people don't consider Zen," I thought you're Zen. You're supposed, and I'm like, yeah, it is. You think it's just going, no. It's a disdain. It's a love. It's an apathy. It's a bunch of different things. Like it's whatever the fuck it is. There is nothing that is not the Tao. There's nothing that's not God. There's nothing that's not Zen. You sit there crushing beers. That's not healthy. Yes, it is. Don't tell me what it is. Who are you? What do you do? I had somebody tell me, because they were whoever wasn't here at the beginning, I shared this short little story, because they were a nurse. They thought they knew something about health, and they're like 36, and obviously I'm a few more years advanced, and I do look way more better than they do. I'm in much better shape. I don't get sick, and I told them I eat once a day, and they go, "That's not healthy." I was like, "Fuck are you talking about?" I was like, I literally, my employment, my work is to instruct people on how to be healthier. Like, that's what I do. This is what I've studied for 20 years. What did you do? How do you know what healthy is? I was like, how can you even say that? Eating once a day is unhealthy. Okay. But slamming fucking 2 bacon sliders in the morning before going to work, yeah, that's healthy. Good job. Where are we at here? Let me see what my charge is on my phone. Hold on a second, y'all. Cannot see. Let's see how much battery I got left here. Okay. There we go. Maybe over here? So what else? Bunch of people here today. Good to see everybody. Glad you guys could show up. Thanks for sticking around and listening to me talk all this nonsense. You know those days? You know what? It's like some people they use the gym to like get some stress out. Some people like to write. You know, some people paint. You know, there's a reason it's called paintings, because it's getting their pain out. It's a painting. Yeah. And I use this as much as many of you may know. This is like reading my journal, my diary. I mean, a lot of it, obviously, I talk to people expressly on questions they have, but sometimes it's just you guys get a little peek into what's going on in my mind. And I think it'd be very healthy for most people, even if you don't ever release them, just do a fucking audio recording of yourself. You don't even need to listen to it back, just to talk, you know? Yeah. Is anybody listening? Does anybody care? It's a great release valve. Some people don't have strong, you know, their throat chakra, their blue chakra. Some people's need training. Some people it's actually just literally blocked. And we could say chakra, you could say some sort of energy channel. Or quite literally, a lot of people I know that have problems talking, they have something wrong with a part of their back up here, a part of their neck, and they can't speak right. So there's certain things you can do just using your lungs, sitting up different, just talking, even if it's nothing. Very healing thing. You don't need, you could do what do they do in the monasteries? So you go, oh, you could do all that shit if you wanted to. You could tone things, but you just talk. So it's a form of personal health. I don't call it therapy. It's just health. It's healthy to do certain things. So I would suggest to anybody on here, if you're ever having a bad, you know, what do they tell you? Grab a pillow and scream into it. Fuck the pillow. Just go scream. If you gotta scream, scream. And you know what? Like dance, healing, art. See, what did I just tell you? You just gotta scream. He's singing "Let Me Hold Your Hand" by the Beatles. Was that John Lennon? Rampe. The throat chakra. Oh yeah, and okay. Let's continue that idea. As we were just talking about, the whole ritual was to put a diaper on to muzzle your face, and to block even more of the throat chakra, to block spirit, to block breath from speaking, all of this. You need to heal that. Healing it is, look, once if you were to say break a bone, after you've used the crutch, you put it away, and then the process of rebuilding it comes. So like if people have if you're weak, how do you get something to work? You use it. If I were to go throw a baseball as fast as I could right now, and see what it was, it probably wouldn't be very fast. But if I continually did that, I could throw it faster, right? How do you think everything in your body works? Hey, my liver is in good condition. Why? A, because I expect it to be, and because I drink a lot. It gets used a lot. So it has work to do. Give it work to do. Use your, you know, why don't I wear glasses? Because because I don't wear glasses. You know what I mean? It's a crutch. I'll read a book in the dark. It's funny because when I was young, whenever I'd be looking at a book in the dark, you know, my eyes like, "If turn the light on, you're gonna go blind." I'm like, actually, it's the opposite. Like if I'm using my eyes in the dark, it's making it more of a focus. It's the reason that pirates always have a patch on their eye. Why? It has nothing. It's not just symbolic. Their third eye, they're pirates. No, it's because if they wore that, that's why when they went beneath deck, they could pull that up and they could see in darker. So this eye would see the light. This eye would see dark. That's how it works. So use, you know, when you listen to something, if you're really keen on listening, your hearing will be fine. If you're really keen on looking at things and paying attention, your eyes will work fine. You know, use your voice. Just try it. Mr. Mannion. What is going on, Mr. Mannion? Ziegelmeister? Yes, sir. Ziegelmeister. Oh yeah, your dog. Yeah, I thought you were saying like Jaeger. I thought you misspelled Jägermeister. Somebody. Ah, yes. Mr. Mannion, what are you doing? Oh. I had somebody crack my back for me yesterday, but they had never done it before, and they kind of put a little pressure the wrong way, so I'm kind of got to readjust myself today. That's why I'm like extra slouchy right now. Let's see here. Maybe this will help though. I also gotta kind of just lean over to see the camera. Well, I guess I didn't realize. I figured this would be a short, leisurely jaunt into my insanity. But now that I know we've been on here for a little bit, let me plug this mother fudger in. Your mother fudger. Let me plug this in. Lord God. Okay, good thing I did that. Kicking back with the bear. Another bear. So what more should we dig into? Loosening up chakras. Is that too loud with the you guys? Let me know. Is that too loud with that there? Should I move? Because they're gonna be there for a little while. Maybe I'll move. Let's see. Okay, so like I was getting to earlier, dance therapy, color therapy thing. Dance is one of the best things. If you don't dance, what are you doing? You should dance more. It's one of the healthiest things you can do. From a physical level, from a psychological, emotional level, from a spiritual level. Dancing is one of the best things you can do. If you don't dance, you should be dancing daily. And that might be one of the reasons. It's good. That's a good way to stay healthy because you're moving so many different parts of your body. Kinesiologically, you're loosening things up. You know, moving your feet, getting the heart rate up, and you're probably listening to good music, so that's inspirational. Matt Jones, good to see you. Maybe I'll move because I think this is going to be loud here. Yeah, I'm going to move, okay? Consider this a commercial break. Give me like 2 minutes to change locations here. For a walk. Maybe we'll go to the sculpture garden. Let's just go across the street. I think that should be good enough. I don't feel like walking that far. You guys can see some of the trees of New Orleans. Got some luck over here with less noise. Oh, and it's also, they're cleaning up porta potties. So it smells quite a bit of porta potty smell. Piss and shit and vomit. All sorts of shit. Huh, this will be okay. Let's try this out for a little bit. And perhaps, here's where we are if you guys want to see. This is my view. Hanging out here. There used to be fountains. There used to be a couple oh man, I don't know if the stand's gonna work over here. I might have to improvise. Un momento. Let's go here. Let's play some ground game here. Okay. There we go. That might work better. Batch. Okay. There we go. Denise. Yeah, that's I played a lot of sports growing up. I was not a dancey kind of person. But then you moved to New Orleans. Then you moved to New Orleans and it's like everything you do is dancing. Like every day there's music and you're like, okay, I guess we're dancing today. But for the past couple of years, due to fucking bullshit, there's been less dancing to be done. Vertical and horizontal dancing, less to be done. Put a real damper on all that. Oh yeah, shoes off. Okay, there you go. Yeah, it really is, you know, about the only exercise you really need. It's really how you should walk around most days. It's interesting whenever you kind of if anybody's ever seen a second line. The second line is like kind of what we do down here. Look it up. But I always tell people, I was like, the reason we dance like we do, because there's a certain style of the way people dance in New Orleans, and it's because of our sidewalks. That every time you're walking, I don't care, I don't care if you're sober, I don't care what the hell's going on. The sidewalks are so fucked up that you always look like you're kind of dancing, and so whenever we dance, we look like we're just walking down the sidewalk anyways. You got to avoid this, and that one's broken, and the tree roots are up here, and there's a hole there. Got to go around this. Oh, don't worry. There's something in the street. There's something in the sidewalk. There's a cat laying there. So you kind of just dance around anyways when you walk. Ha 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 for the Beach Boys. Denise, that's hilarious. The Beach Boys. See how this funny shit happens? We were just talking about somebody had a song that they were talking about Brian Wilson, and I didn't know. I was like, I've heard so many songs just like Brian Wilson did. There's always that Brian Wilson reference in so many different songs, and I was like, what's the thing here? Why is Brian Wilson like the thing? It's Beach Boys, right? The guy from the Beach Boys. I was like, yeah, I kind of get that, but like, is he that? They're like, yeah, musicians want to be like him, like pretty much like Pet Sounds and the shit that he did solo. Some of the best music ever. So every musician is like, I want to be like Brian Wilson. And no shit, If I think of the Beach Boys, and I just think of a couple 70s tunes that I know that from time to time play. I don't think of him individually. So. You play out like big butts. Wait, you can moonwalk? You can moonwalk? Moonwalk like it's a real deal, do it? That's slick. Fucking booty shaking. I like big butts. Sir Mix-a-Lot. Call 1-800-MIX-A-LOT. Oh shit, for real? Moonwalking in circles. Dancing in the moonlight. Moonwalking to dancing in the moonlight is pretty funny. Oh. Ugh. What else? Any other major world phenomenon that we should discuss right now? Because I might call it a show because it's like 2 hours here. And also, I don't have that much charge left. I gotta re-up on the phone charge. Yes. Yeah, if anybody has anything else important you want to discuss or something funny or big topic you want me to talk about, you always know how to get at me. Theoluminous, TheoLuminous, means godlight at gmail.com. You can contact me there for anything if you have something personal, issues, or health related, whatever. And if you're feeling so kind and generous, it would be very helpful if I was shaking my little cup here for donations. You do it CashApp, PayPal, or Venmo. I'm very much a friend in need. Is a friend indeed. And a friend with weed. Although you can't really send me weed over there, but you could buy me a beer or some snacks or help me pay for rent this month, which would be awesome. PayPal, Cash App, you see beneath. And as per usual, take care of yourself, because how can you take care of anybody else unless you're taken care of? And also help out when you can. And be weird. And maybe I'll do a second show later today. We'll see. We'll see where my motivation is. But it's good to see everybody. Good to see you, Denise. Good to see everybody in the background. I might be back on. What time is it now? Let me see here. That's like 3 o'clock. We'll see. Maybe I'll see you guys later. But it's been a pleasure. Toodaloos. Be weird.